Hi everybody, Dan here. I want to go over the essay questions from the midterm, the true and false questions and the multiple choice questions that you may have missed have been noted in my feedback to you. But I'd rather do the essay portion together as a class. It's just less redundant. So we'll do it together. We will review these questions together right now. The first question asks you for the differences, the key differences in path-goal theory. And it asks you not to recap the theory, just focus on the differences. Well, these elements make path-goal theory a little different from the ones we've read about. For one thing, it's a motivational theory. It's based on expectancy theory. It involves participative leadership. And it involves the leader removing obstacles in the path of the followers towards their goal. These are different. And these differences were highlighted in the screencast I did, and they're also very highlighted in the textbook. So you didn't have to get all four of them, but the more you got, the better. Essay question 2 has to do with situational leadership. And it kind of reversed the theory. It asks you, is it possible to change the situation to accommodate the style of the leader? Why would you want to do that? Well, let's say you only have a couple of leaders in your organization. It's a small company, and they're not that flexible. Nonetheless, they're really, really good leaders most of the time if they have the right group. So could you change the situation to match the style of that leader? And the answer is sure. You could rearrange the group. Or you could modify the situation in other ways to match the rather fixed style of a particular leader that you thought was a valuable leader. You don't want to fire him or her, but you know they're not that flexible. So you have to do the reverse. I mean, it could be done. I'm not suggesting this is the ideal way, but it could be done. The third essay question asks if a CEO can make use of dyadic relationship theory when he or she has 2,000 employees. What does dyadic mean? It means one-on-one. So obviously, a CEO cannot have a one-on-one relationship with 2,000 employees. It couldn't be done yet. And you couldn't do that and still have time to be a CEO. But the answer is yes. You could make use of dyadic relationship theory, and this is how you do it. Let's say you are the CEO. In this graphic, your in-group is comprised of 3 important executives. They, in turn, have their own in-groups. We're using 3 here because of the graphic, but it could be 4, 5, 6, whatever. But it's a limited number, and it flows down throughout the organization. So let's say you, the CEO, are dealing with your chief of operations, and that the chief of operations deals with the various plant managers. The plant managers have their own in-group with the various foremen. The foremen have their own in-groups. It goes all the way down throughout the organization. So the answer is yes, you can make use of dyadic theory, and this is how you do it. The fourth and final essay question asked you to consider what kind of challenges military leaders and business leaders have in common. Now, I'm just going to give you a bunch of challenges that they both share. I'm not suggesting you had to come up with them, all of them, but I was looking for a few, and maybe for some I hadn't thought of. But both leaders in both kinds of organizations, have to manage turnover. My God, in the military, the turnover is 80%, but I'm sure it is at McDonald's too, and many, many other companies that have a rank and file that is constantly turning over. Both leaders in both organizations have to manage diversity. Both leaders have to manage minimum wage employees. They both have to retain their best people. especially when you have 80% turnover, as in the case of the military. They both have to motivate people who are in unhappy slots, maybe temporarily. They both have to deal with cross-generational management. They both have to recruit. They both have to build teams. They both have to win with the tools they have, not wait until they have the brand new promised tools that they've been waiting for. Because we can't wait with the competitive marketplace, or we certainly can't wait in the military. We have to win with the tools we have. What about perpetuating the core values of the organization with all of the turnover? This is a problem both kinds of organizations face. They both have to protect the brand. They have to manage rumors. My God, in the military, rumors are rife, but they are also in corporate America, and they can do so much damage. So they have to be managed. How do you manage it? By being honest with your people. Both types of leaders have to deal with cross-cultural communication challenges. Both organizations have to build leaders, and they have to engender loyalty to their organizations. So you see, the challenges are very, very similar. And that's why I think corporate America has a lot to learn from how the military deals with these challenges, and maybe vice versa. Okay, I don't want to go any further in this particular screencast because we'll be wandering away from the focus. So I'll stop here and I'll see you in the next screencast. Thanks so much. Bye.